Hello and welcome to Beth and Fred's video update about our lives. We have recently been in talks in prayer and consideration about an exciting new job and ministry opportunity, and after careful consideration, after a trip to this location, in order to decide if this is what God is calling us to and where we're supposed to go, we have accepted two jobs with Global Shore, a ministry in Guatemala, which we will be at for about 2 years. We're leaving in January and gone for 11 months, coming back for Christmas, then gone for another 11 months, at which point we'll be deciding whether or not to return for a third year or even more, but it's an initial 2-year commitment.
We're really excited about this opportunity. It's something that feels like it's a great fit for both of us, and we're really looking forward to transitioning into a ministry where we can serve together. We've had the opportunity to do that through Dryman in the past, and obviously our lives are really connected, but to be able to go and do this together is really exciting for us, and in a Spanish-speaking country that we know and love, and an organization that we've had a chance to get to know over the last couple of years has been a really special part of this, so we're really looking forward to that.
In March of 2015, we first went on a trip to Tizate, this small village outside of Antigua in Guatemala. We led a team of MEI high school students there, 12 wonderful students, and had a really amazing experience. There were 10?
Yeah, we
there
were
were
12.
There were 10 students.
We were the 12, so
Ooh, sorry kids.
that's okay.
And so on that trip, we got to know this ministry. So it is a group of asparagus farmers from Ontario who started this ministry. They were connected with the village of Tizate and saw that there was a great need for housing. So they started to build houses for people who were living in very difficult conditions, including like corrugated tin. Like they had no security, no locks, no safety for their family, no safety against the weather. And so they started building houses, and as they did so, they found that there was a kindergarten class happening in a garage next to a house, and so they sponsored this one kindergarten class, and then the next year they sponsored the same class into the next grade and sponsored a new kindergarten class and hired a teacher. And slowly this ministry began to grow and grow and grow, and so now they have up to the 10th grade, and soon they'll have a full elementary and high school program there as well. They're continuing to build houses as there are needs, and right now their big building project that they're focusing on is building their secondary school, a carrera as it's called, and then they will, I think, continue to building houses.
Yeah. So what I really love about the ministry is that the school is totally staffed by Guatemalans, with the exception of the English teachers, and so all of the students who go there, they get an education that is fully Guatemalan, but they also get the opportunity to have English classes from kindergarten all the way through carrera, and all of the English positions are staffed by Canadians who are native English speakers, which is a really exciting opportunity for the students to be able to learn from someone who speaks that language as their first language. And so that is what I love so much about the school. The other thing I love about it is that they provide free education for the students, so a lot of these students come from really poor conditions where they wouldn't be able to maybe afford private schooling, but
or even public schooling.
Or even public schooling, and so they're able to go to this school for free through donations and through child sponsorships that happen through Global Shore, and all they have to do is provide their uniforms. And it is a Christian school, so they have the opportunity to meet with God each day in devotionals. They have a breakfast program. Each student gets a Bible when they enter the school, and they're just built into so much to be future leaders in Guatemala, which is really awesome.
Yeah, some of the students come from really adverse situations. Like there are a lot of absent fathers, a lot of alcoholism. There's a lot of difficulty that a lot of these kids have come into contact with. Like some of them are raising younger children, and so there is a lot of complicated circumstances. And so when they come to devotional every morning, like it's not just the time to worship and focus on God, but in the middle of that also, like God is working in their hearts and washing off like the things that they're carrying into the day too. And so the staff, the teachers, can pray for their kids, and like they pray together every day, and the teachers often view themselves as pastors. And so when we went in March a year ago, like we were really captivated by the vision. We really loved what we saw, and we were excited enough to say, like, is there a way that maybe sometime in the future we could work with you? Thinking that it would probably never happen, I think.
Yeah, or at least, like, I always thought maybe in 5 years, or like kind of down the road.
Yeah. And so the next year I came back with another team from MEI, and then shortly after they offered us positions at the school. So there's two. One is teaching and coordinating the English language department, which Beth will be doing, And then the second position is coordinating short-term missions teams, which is my position. I'm really excited about this. I've been teaching now for a few years, and I'm excited for the change, like to be around and engaged in schooling, but not teaching in the classroom, to help like not only youth, but young adults and like families and all the groups that come, like to work with them, to build into them, and to like build disciples in those people as well as in the students that we're working with while we're there. Beth, do you want to say anything about why you're passionate about your position?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing more of a teaching role. I have loved working for Drime, and it's been really awesome. But ever since I was a little girl, I've always wanted to be a teacher, and so it's been awesome to be able to have a couple contracts and to do some subbing while I've been here and working with Drime. But I'm really looking forward to stepping up and actually having my own classroom and teaching students. And I'm really looking forward to overseeing the English department. There will be 4 other teachers that will be working underneath me, and so it's an awesome next step to my leadership to coordinate a little department and to check in on them, to also provide some really practical teaching advice. A lot of the people who come and do the English positions usually don't have a teaching background, so to be able to bring my expertise with my education degree and experience and to encourage them to become better teachers and really to just provide a community where those Canadians who come for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years to come and teach English will just have a safe place to connect with other Canadians and be poured into and be discipled as they teach others. So
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, we're really excited about going. One of the hardest parts of our decision-making process was considering the cost of going, and our pastors were really encouraging, and they encouraged us to consider price, like and consider the cost of the gospel, because part of what we will be doing is to share the gospel. Like there is an evangelism component to the short-term teams that come. Not all of the students, maybe most of the students, do not have active Christian faith when they come to the school, and so a lot of them who come out with a confidence in their Father, Heavenly Father who loves them, the students who come out with self-confidence and like a tenacious faith in Jesus, like that isn't there when the school starts, and so it's really exciting to be a part of that and to help facilitate that. But we are aware that like it's going to be a significant cost. Like 2 years gone means that we will lose out on things in our community. Like we'll miss babies being born, people being married, and so we are sad about that. But we're going to be faithful and we're going to go. We're also like not sure. Like our employers all know this video is not a surprise to them. But like we also don't know if our jobs will be back here when we come back. Like if we'll have to be able to return to the same sorts of positions or if we'll need to move on to other organizations. We are confident though that God's leading us, and so we are not wanting those hesitations, those fears to hold us back from doing what we're supposed to do.
Yeah. So the next 6 months will just be transition for us to wrap up things with our current jobs. Both Fred and I will be working with our current positions, me with Drime, Fred at MEI teaching high school. We'll be continuing through December. We're really, really grateful to our employers for that we can keep working and save up a little bit of money so that when we go down there we have a little bit of a safety net, and then we'll be starting fresh in January in the new year. We'll be arriving on January 2nd.
Whoa,
And just starting the new year fresh in Guatemala.
Yeah.
So we are really grateful to have this 6 months to just like connect with people, wrap things up, and be able to just have our life in Canada for another 6 months.
Yeah. I don't know that I have anything else to say to you.
And that's it. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, so if you have any other questions, anything that we left out, maybe finances? Do you want to say anything about that?
Yeah.
So we'll be raising support for our work with Global Short. There is a provided component, but for sure for like cost of living, for any extra expenses in case there's a flight in the middle of the year that we need to take, in case there's anything else that comes up, in order to like save for those retirement years that everyone appears to say is coming. We are also raising further support. So, as if you've seen the other video, you know that Beth will be talking to her donors with Drime, but we'll also be like more than welcome to have more people aboard if you're interested, for sure.
So feel free to contact us if you have questions, and we're so grateful for all of you and your role in our lives and the relationship that we have with you. And we are looking forward to going through this next 6 months with you as we get ready for this new adventure.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bye.